Hi, welcome to my workshop. My name's Darren and this is 3D Prints in the Workshop number 11. So I've got three things to show you today. We've got some Pointy painters pyramids, some drawer dividers for a Tool Pro tool drawer that will also fit other tool drawers, and we'll finish it off with a bit of a secret surprise. So what we have here really is nothing new. They're just painters pyramids. You've probably seen them before. But I wanted some smaller ones, and so I just printed out some of my own. And the idea of painters pyramids is, let's say for example, you're going to put a coat of varnish or stain or paint on this piece of timber, and you know as you paint it, a tiny bit's going to drip off the edge as you go, and you don't want that to stick it to the surface you've got it sitting above, like you don't want it to stick to a piece of plastic or to your workbench. So what you do is you put them on some painters pyramids which hold them up from points underneath. You would normally have one in each corner, maybe a couple in the middle, which is why I have 6. And any little drips that form in the edges either drip off or just hang there and you can scrape them off later, and it stops things from sticking to the bench. Now of course if you're painting properly you're not getting a lot of drips, but they still come in handy for the whole not sticking to the bench thing. So yeah. There's some Pointy painters pyramids. I'll pop them up on Thingiverse. They stack up nicely and you probably need about 6 of them. This is my work tool trolley, handy because it's got wheels on it. I need to move around a fair bit. And so I've utilised my 3D printer to make up some drawer dividers for it. I'll pop those up on Thingiverse. They've come in quite handy. And in here I've got a couple of little screwdriver holders that I've also made, which come in handy. I'll show you what they are. So if we take a screwdriver bit like this, hey, doing this one-handed. Yeah, so as you can see, they're handy for holding little screwdriver bits for working in tight spaces. So I'll pop those up on Thingiverse as well. Now obviously I didn't print all this in one piece. In fact each of these is like its own separate little unit that lifts out, so I can move them around as to where I want them if I want to. I can rearrange them. The screwdriver tray is actually 4 pieces glued together. This tray for my electric screwdriver, and my security bits, that's all one piece. We've got a little square tray at the back, another piece, again another little square tray, and then this one for the pliers is a little rectangular one. So same, this is another separate piece for the Allen keys here. But they all fit in together nicely on what is a 570 by 400mm drawer. So if you've got a similar sized drawer or another Tool Pro rolling chest of drawers, these might be handy for you. Back in the days before I bought Festool sanders, I used to use a Bosch random orbit sander, and that came with a little device to help you fit the sanding disc to the pad. Nice and easily it would line all the holes up. When I switched to Festool they didn't come with such a device, so I've made my own. So I've made 2 for the Rotex 90 sander because that has 2 heads, and 1 for the ETS 150. Let me show you how they work. So these are the devices here. You can see I've labelled them so you know which is which. Rotex is for the standard Rotex disc, and the one here that says Delta is obviously for the triangle head that fits it. I'll show you how they work. So it's quite simple to use. We take the correct little applicator tool, and you'll notice there's 2 little poles or studs on it, and those studs fit through the actual holes in the disc. So we put the sandpaper side or the abrasive side against the plastic like so, and just hold that in place. You don't have to bend it much, just sort of, you can bend it a lot if you want, but it's just a case of holding it like so. Then all you have to do is line 2 of your holes up. So we've got a hole at the top there, you can see, and we line another hole up down the bottom, and voila, There we are, nice and quick. All our holes are perfectly aligned. The Rotex 90 also comes with a triangular head for getting into corners, or a delta head, and that works the same way. So we take our little device here, again 2 poles, we put them through the holes, poles in holes, like that, and there we go, and we just hold that in place, line the holes up here with the holes on the sander, and that's it. Nice and quick. Sandpaper's perfectly aligned. Now I also have a Festool ETS 150 sander, which, as the name would suggest, takes a 150mm disc. So I've made a larger one of these for that. This one has 3 poles, or 3 studs. One goes in the center and then one at either end, like so. You can see the stud sticking through there. Again, just hold it in, line the poles up with the holes, poles in holes, and there's our sanding pad perfectly aligned. Okay, thanks once again for watching. I hope this video has been of some use. I will of course put links for these items down below in the description so you can download them and use them. Have a great day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye for now.